From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your afternoon update. Your weekend weather update is made possible by Caltrans District 2.
Hey folks, good afternoon. Hope you had a nice day so far. It's been kind of a cozy, dreary sort of day for a lot of us. We have some showers filtering in across the area still as that system's been moving through. Right here from Bernie up to Aden and Alturas, right? We're talking a few lingering sprinkles out there. Same situation out here. Some of the higher elevations in Humboldt County, Del Norte County, Siskiyou County. Just kind of a generally, kind of day, right? We're cooler than average. We're a little wet out there. And by the way, speaking of temperatures, microclimates really don't stick out quite as much on patterns like this. We have a very consistent about 10 to 15 degree temperature range that pretty much all of us fall under here as we head through our highs today. We're talking from the mid 60s to the mid 70s, right? Really not much more variation than that. I think the warmest portions of the area are out here in eastern Humboldt County with the 73 to 74 range, and same situation down here in Chico to Oroville, about 71, 72, 73. But by and large, upper 60s rather, and lower 70s is the story for pretty much all of us across the board here. Now, out here from Susanville over to Doyle, you might have some mid-70s as well, but I mean, for real, the microclimates really just don't stick out as much on patterns like this, just due to the breadth of these systems really kind of encapsulating the area. By the way, do want to mention before I get to the futurecast, we also are watching that shoe fire there, which is in between Mount Shasta and Redding. They're just east of Lakehead, so we're going to keep an eye on that. I think one of the main impacts of this is as we head over the next about 16 to 18 hours, the air quality just kind of gets a little mucky, right? That really is kind of the best way to put it. Haze lingering from the state line probably down to Redding and maybe even filtering as far south as the Chico area. So we'll have to watch that as that wind kind of funnels it down. Just generally kind of some just morning haze is really the best way to put it, which will be much more distinct as we head through tomorrow as those clouds move out of here. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. It's probably going to linger through Sunday to some variety. Some of that might actually filter back up north in a more thick fashion between Bernie and Mount Shasta City, but we'll have to watch that there. So yeah, if you wake up tomorrow morning and there's just that kind of mucky haze from Trinity County to Redding all the way down to Chico, yeah, that's what that is. That's a shoe fire. We're just under 2,500 acres as of right now. So we'll watch as we see conditions improve in terms of fire weather, hopefully over the next little bit here. Now, taking a look at the futurecast for the weather, well, looks like as we head through today, we still linger with some showers for the next 6 to 8 hours, but there is some good news on the horizon, right? As we head through tonight and into the early hours of tomorrow, hey, that stuff moves out of here. Clouds fizzle out as we head through tonight and tomorrow morning. Still a pretty robust marine layer, I'll tell you that much. We're staying pretty dense and thick out here from the 101 and really probably a good 5-10 miles inland, if not that at times, from Eureka southeastward. So we'll have to watch that there, right? Very sharp marine layer. And again, I mentioned this, some pretty hazy conditions possible as that wind filters down through the valley. But besides that, the conditions as a whole, weather-wise, actually doing pretty good. Looks like as we head through the next several days, we honestly keep a pretty decent pattern, at least temporarily, right? It depends on the way you frame it, right? Because as we head through Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, check this out. The pattern gets a little more active. The roller coaster continues in terms of temperatures. We get a bit of an inside slider creeping in through the midweek here, and that's going to bring our temperatures down, bring a few more shower chances into the North State here. That thing becomes a cutoff low and just sort of fizzles itself to death from Vegas over to Los Angeles and southern portions of California there. But in the meantime, that is going to be our next weather maker here, probably about Wednesday or so through Thursday, through Friday. And well, what kind of weather is it going to make? First and foremost, I think it's cooling us off in a pretty big way. Secondly, that's our next precipitation chance here. Wednesday looks like the best shot for rain here with that system. I'm keeping an eye on Thursday and Friday across the area because honestly, models are kind of wishy-washy, right? You got to keep in mind, we are literally predicting the future here. So, you don't want to take it for granted that sometimes things are a little uncertain. But I do think, if the trends continue, we'll have to watch that maybe. But right now, I think Wednesday is our next shot at some showers. We'll watch that. In the meantime, though, temperature-wise, we're still warm here for the first half of the weekend through the rest of this weekend. But man, we fall off in a pretty big way with that inside slider with 60s out here in Trinity County by Wednesday and Thursday, right? We're talking lower 60s there as well. In fact, over here by the coast, you can see that big time inside slider taking hold too. We'll be in the 60s for now, but hey, as it comes through, we get back down to the upper 50s before high pressure takes back over. So yeah, that cool down is going to be pretty darn noticeable. Up here, further inland, Del Norte County, same situation. I mean, check it out there Wednesday. Looks like the precipice is kind of Tuesday night, right? So you can kind of draw a line there. So we got those lower 80s sticking around for the next 3 or so days. Then as we head through the rest of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, especially Wednesday, Thursday, look how much of a cool down that is. We're talking, man, 20 degrees, at times, right? That's a pretty big cool down. Thursday here, that's about 15 degrees. So yeah, it's going to be noticeable out there. That much is for sure. Hopping over to Siskiyou County, it's the same situation. Widespread upper 70s and lower 80s for tomorrow. Happy camp, you're the winner there with 84 degrees in Siskiyou County. But by Wednesday, 60s, upper 50s taking back over. So don't take these, lower 80s, upper 70s for granted, because this inside slider, yeah, it's sliding. It's bringing us on that roller coaster down, down, down. That much is for sure. It's been a heck of a pattern over the last few weeks, just up and down and up and down. It's a sine wave for those geometry nerds for you out there, right? That really is the best way to put it. Of course, as we head out to Modoc County, we see that trend as well. Widespread 50s taken over by Thursday, showers Wednesday, but for the first half of the week and the rest of the weekend, looking pretty good out there, quite to be honest with you. Now, Eastern Mountains, well, I think we'll be right there near 80, kind of flirting with 80 over the next few days. Monday, Tuesday are the best shots of that, but we'll be right back down to 60 as we head through Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Looks like out towards State Line, Janesville to Doyle and Portola, you'll be about lower 70s, Westwood at 68. But then you get those lower elevations by Quincy. That's where you have the best shot at 80s, but we'll see how that goes. Here in the valley, well, check it out here. We got widespread 80s and 70s for the next several days. No 90s. Goodness forbid, no triple digits, right? So that's a pretty nice trend. Of course, we were talking about that shoe fire there, so we're going to watch for some haze as we head through tomorrow morning. But hey, check it out there, those lower 70s as we head through the midweek. And some of those showers could easily filter into the valley too. We're not necessarily talking where this microclimate gets left out. I do think this could be an all of us situation with those showers, so we'll watch that. Up here in the northern portions from Lakehead down to Red Bluff, same situation, 80s, in fact upper 80s as we head over the next couple of days with that haze as well through tomorrow. But by Wednesday and Thursday, there's 15 degrees knocked off of the temperatures, and we're back to the lower 70s in no time. Maybe getting back to the 80s by next weekend, because it looks like high pressure kind of kicks that inside slider out. So we're not necessarily done with the warmth, so don't quite get your hopes up just yet. We're not saying fall is here to stay, but you know what? I like these trends, and we're seeing this happen kind of more and more, right? So let's just hold out, see what the pattern has for us in the extended term, and you know what? Get ready for a little bit more of this roller coaster. Thanks for joining me here for this forecast update. Of course, I'll be back with you this evening for another look, fresh from the Weather NorCal Command Center, and all day tomorrow for more.